Okay, I've been collecting Jamaica for 20 years, but I've concentrated on obliterators for the last 15. The first 3 pages just show the 8 types of obliterator that were used in the island at different times. GB stamps were originally allowed for use on external mail on the 8th of May 1858, and that was extended for internal mail on the 1st of February 1859. Use of the GB stamps before the arrival of the obliterators at any of the post towns is extremely rare, according to Tom Foster. So there's an example there from Savannah Lamar. I've then got some GB stamps as examples. The rarest one is the A38. That's the only genuine known one used at Ewerton. I've then put examples of the original obliterators that were used at the post towns. It is a little bit confusing because the numbers between A38 and A59 were actually swapped round in 1863. So what I've done is just put examples of pines for some of the offices, the later stamps for others, to make sure you can see which office was actually used. I should say that there is an example of all of the ones that were issued, except for A36, because there's only 4 known and I don't have one of them, but I have got a GB stamp used on that comes later. There's A58H, which was lost with only 1 used on a cover, a GB stamp. A62, simply because I've got 4 pages of those later. And A75, because they are extremely rare. I do have one, a 6penny, which is not recorded by Topaz, who did the normal listing, but it's that poor I didn't put it in. When the A36 was lost at Dry Harbour, the postmaster resorted to signing them in manuscript 3/6, so there's 2 examples of that. The A75, I say I haven't got on a GB stamp, but that's the only known used pair of GB pennies. Then there's 4 pages of the A62, including a cover, which was the excellent Mitchell. One of the rarest of the obliterators is the A79H, where there's only 7 copies known, so I've got 2 copies of that. And then there's the very rare A79H, where the 7 is missing. And if anybody could explain how you lose a 7 out of the middle of a block, I don't know, but there are 3 examples of that. When the first Jamaican stamps were issued in November 1860, there were no halfpenny issues, so they were authorised to be cancelled, bisected pennies and used on book post and telegraph, and a lot of them were burnt in the early 1900s because they've been used for official business. Then I move on to obliterators that replaced the lost H obliterators, and that there's examples of, for example, the type L, the type N, K, L, etc. I'll give you 2 examples of those, and then we move on where new offices were opened, and I give again examples of those as they've been issued for each type. I've included these 2 because they are the Llandovery Falls. They don't come at many offices at all, but that's from A58. A80 is very rare, and people often get the small and the large confused if you look at them separately. It's only when you see them together, so you can actually see them there. Some of these are unrecorded by Topaz. Nice cover of the A81. I thought I'd put in examples of the type L, so there's 3 pages of A75, similarly with A82N. The ones where there's gaps is because I haven't got them, but I've taken these straight out of my albums rather than writing today. 193 is an interesting one because it's a typo obliterator, but it has 2 stamps on there that I don't have cancelled at any other office. One is the 2 shilling Venetian red that isn't recorded anywhere, and one is the 6penny CA watermark, which is only recorded at 3 or 4 offices. Moving on, type A is a type of obliterator that was sent out as A, B, C, D and E. They were meant to be temporary obliterators when an obliterator was lost until the new one arrived. The type A was used at Milk River. It's the 2nd rarest after the D. I should have mentioned on the display there is every type of obliterator except A58H and D. Don't have either of those. But the first one on there is of interest because it's a pine watermark stamp, and the actual temporary obliterator wasn't sent out till 1873. So somebody had that in a drawer, and that is extremely rare because of that, because it's actually come in 3 years, been used 3 years after the stamps were withdrawn. Type C is also quite rare, but I put a page of those in. And then just to illustrate, we've got a half print. I've put several examples of these. Most of these are very rare, or at least very scarce. Official issues of all the types that are known, the physical issues, and then followed with 3 or 4 covers. The 193 at Cold Spring, I think, is particularly interesting. Small place, sent to Germany, which must be a peculiar destination for somewhere as small as Cold Spring. The one at Myersville is very interesting, the 647. If you actually read the note, it went all around the island to get there. The last 2 sheets, these are Jamaican stamps but cancelled in the UK on mail that arrived here and were cancelled on their arrival rather than when they were sent. Some of the numbers, B16 for example, that's the Bristol Travelling Post Office, are recorded. Others are recorded in GB usage, but I wouldn't swear that I've got them all right because I'm not an expert on the GB, but they're just of interest. And then just to finish, there are 2 forged obliterators, one on a GB A29H and one on an A80 small 1 shilling cc. So on the display there is every type of obliterator used and every type of stamp that was cancelled by an obliterator except the arms issue, of which there are only 3 officers, 201, G14 and G15, and Michael would swear to this. I bid for one on his website and somebody beat me by, I think it was 42 seconds, so I think that must be a world record for losing out. But that's a sample of the obliterators. Thank you.